It's Bradley, and today I'm going to be talking about the iPhone 3GS pricing and O2's upgrade policy for the UK. Okay, first up I'm going to be talking about the upgrade policy. In the UK, there are no early upgrades to 3G customers. Now let me explain why this is. When the 2G iPhone was out, everyone paid the full price of the handset, which was about £269 to £300. O2 subsidised the 3D, which is why most of you got it from free to £160 depending on which tariff. Now comparing this to the pay and go handset, O2 subsidised the 16GB model by about £250. Using this amount as the average, I've worked out you're paying roughly about £13 a month off the subsidised handset. Now considering a lot of people got the iPhone 3G at launch, they'll probably have 7 months still left on their contract. If O2 were to let you all upgrade for free, then they would lose out on about £91. Obviously, times this by the amount of customers that they have, it's not economically viable. That said, 3G customers in the US pay between $200 and $300 more to get an early upgrade. But in the UK, there's no easy way to upgrade, except for terminating and paying off your entire contract, which I definitely would not recommend. In my opinion, O2's made a big mistake here, as most of us would happily pay £100 to £200 to upgrade to the 3GS early. Not only would have this paid off the subsidy that we still owe, but it also would have kept most of the customers happy and stopped the outrage that's going on right now. Now, I understand that O2 is a business and we've all signed a binding contract for 18 months. But last year when they upgraded 2G customers, they gave no reason as to why they could upgrade to the 3G. So obviously most 3G customers were expecting they could do the same for the 3GS. When O2 revealed that we wouldn't be able to upgrade, it obviously led to mass disappointment and the numerous petitions, groups and forums created by outraged customers. This is obviously going to tarnish O2's reputation. Now, O2 does give us 3 options to get the 3GS, some better than others, so I'll just go through them now. Your first option is to wait until you're eligible for an upgrade, which is probably the best option if you're not desperate for the 3GS. All of us pay monthly customers are on a priority list. This is basically dependent on how much you pay for your tariff. Most of us will be able to upgrade at least 1 month early, but if you pay over £80 you'll be able to upgrade now, which is 6 months early. Option 2 is to buy a pay and go handset and then put your SIM into the 3GS. Now this is definitely the best option if you really want a 3GS. You won't be tied to a longer contract, and next year you'll be able to upgrade to the new iPhone. Plus, if you sell your current 3G, you'll be able to cover some of the cost of the 3GS. For instance, if you have a 16GB, you could get over £200 for that. That makes the 3GS £240 and £340 respectively, which isn't too bad for a state-of-the-art handset. Then your third option is to terminate your contract by paying it off and then starting a new 3GS contract. This is definitely the worst option and I would not recommend it, as you have to pay off your contract, pay for the 3GS, and then still have another 18 months left on your contract. For the average 3G customer who bought their iPhone at launch, you'll still have about 7 to 6 months left. This is going to work out at about £250 left to terminate your contract. Add that to the cost of buying a new handset, say the 32GB model, which is £275, you'll be spending £525 before you even start your contract. And then you'll still have 18 months left on your contract, so you'll be better off buying the pay and go handset for £540. Now it would have been better if O2 gave us some cheaper options, or at least prolonged our contracts by adding the additional months to the end. So say we all have to buy 24-month contracts, but still pay for 18-month handset prices, so we'll be paying an additional 6 months. But obviously this would lead to more problems next year when the next iPhone's released, as people will want to upgrade again and it'll just extend the contract too long. Now I'm going to talk about the handset cost. Pay and go handset, you're going to be paying £440 for the 16GB model and £540 for the 32GB model. Now this isn't too bad considering last year and the fact that there's several hardware improvements. Pay monthly, however, is a different story. Not only is O2 moving towards 2-year contracts, but they've also increased the prices too. In the US, AT&T has priced the iPhone 3GS the same as it was last year. So the 16GB model is the same as the 18GB model last year, $199, and the 32GB is the same as the 16GB last year, $299. In the UK, however, the 16GB 3GS cost more than the 16GB 3G last year. Last year, I paid £59 to get the 16GB model on a £45 a month contract. This year, for the 16GB 3GS, it will cost £87 on the £45 a month contract. Now, by doing a little research on prices, I don't actually think it's down to the 3GS at all, but actually the old iPhone 3G. For instance, in the US, the iPhone 3G 8GB model dropped from $199 to $99, a saving of $100. In the UK, however, we saw a mere drop of only £2. How that discount of $100 was lost in the exchange rate and resulted in only £2 discount for us, I don't know. But as the 3G is still expensive, it would be illogical for O2 to charge us the same price as last year. There would be no incentive to buy the 3G model if you could get the new 3GS for only £2 more. So obviously O2's raised the price of the 3GS to make more profit. After all, they are a business. But it's not just the handset cost that's caused all the uproar. Tethering is also responsible. Every iPhone user in the UK is entitled to unlimited data with their contract. O2 even removed their fair usage policy, so it's actually unlimited, and you can use it as much as you like without being charged any more on your bill. Now O2 claim that tethering will significantly increase their data usage when compared to the mobile. But how can you use significantly more data than unlimited? It doesn't make any sense. And that doesn't justify paying £15 to £30 more on your tariff every month. Hopefully once they see that no one's willing to pay, they'll make the service free again. So what can you do about this? Well, simply complain. It may seem inefficient at first, but UK's customers' outrage has already made Sky News, The Times Online, Daily Mail, and many other online news sites. This has seriously tarnished O2's reputation as the UK's #1 mobile and broadband service provider, and I hope it's caused them to rethink their plans. So join a group, write an email, or complain to customer service. Just get the word out about your dissatisfaction. After all, if there's no customers, there's no business. So I'll post a link in the description where you can join a petition on Twitter that's already gathered over 5,000 signatures. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/firstplay for all my latest updates. That's all for this video, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.